Hi, my name is Rob Green and I'm auditioning for Julian Fernando. I'm represented by Simply Think Talent in Naples. I'm 47 from Naples, Florida. What do you think, Lieutenant? Can we arrest him?
With what I witness.
We've got enough evidence to establish a case around him.
I don't know if I like the sound of that. I've already allowed Detective Basiglio to go too far with the suspect.
Come on, Lieutenant. We have an eyewitness. And I think if we pressure her enough, we'll get her to testify. And besides, both me and Basiglio had your back when Internal Affairs was coming down on you for the Bagwell shooting.
And that's the only... Will you please identify yourself to the court?
My name is Detective Julian Fernando, and I work alongside Detective Basiglio in the Homicide Division at the Orlando Police Department.
Detective Fernando, can you please tell the court what happened when you and Detective Basiglio arrived at Lee Lang's liquor store on the night of April 5th, 2013?
Sure. We received a call around 7:30 p.m. on the night of April 5th about a shooting, possibly a homicide, at the aforementioned location, so I and Detective Basiglio headed out to the crime scene.
Continue on.
We arrived on the scene approximately 7:48 p.m. where we discovered the body of the victim.
Did you know immediately who the victim was?
Not immediately. She was covered with a white sheet, but when we removed the white sheet, we recognized her.
Can you tell us the name of the victim?
Her name was Brenda Sawyer.
How were you and Detective Basiglio able to recognize her so quickly? Was she often in trouble with the law?
No, ma'am, on the contrary. Mrs. Sawyer was a well-to-do and well-respected member of the community. She was a champion of the poor and as such was known to fight for causes that would help improve the inner city.
Can you tell us what happened after you ascertained the identity of the victim?
We talked to the owner of the establishment, who said that 3 black men entered the establishment. One of the 3 men approached Mrs. Sawyer with a gun in his hand and shot her.
Did Ms. Lee Ling expound any further?
No, ma'am.
Was Ms. Lee Ling able to identify who the shooter was?
Initially, she gave us a description of a black male from the neighborhood named Sean, who was tall and had dreadlocks.
How did you come up with the defendant from that description?
When we got back to the station later that night, we searched the database for guys named Sean in the neighborhood that had an arrest record who fit the description given to us by the witness, and 3 names popped up.
Was the defendant's name one of 3 that came across your database?
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened next?